say I think you're doing a fantastic job as in your first year as track director.
Nerve-wracking, but thank you.
He's a wreck. He was telling me backstage.
And for Scott, I was wondering how you felt about your character arc and particularly the final episodes for both Quantum Leap and Enterprise.
Kind of different. I mean, Quantum Leap, we weren't sure we were ending, so there was a little bit of not knowing. So there was a kind of we couldn't quite give in to that emotion of this is it, you know. And we were hoping that it wasn't it. So we were trying to stay on track and stay true to what the material was and be hopeful that we would come back. Enterprise, we knew we were not coming back, so you get that kind of bittersweet feeling. And you know, it's funny, I don't know how you felt after 7 years, but 4 years, when you know, you try to make every day special, and you work hard as hard as you can, and you try and value the experience. But when you know the end is coming, which is what our business is about, every show that you do, you try and hang on a little bit harder, and in a funny way you're working harder, and this is the last time you're going to do this, or the last scene you have with somebody, and you get choked up and you get caught up in all of that. There was a need and a rush to hurry the end of Enterprise, because their long-range plans of trying to shape the development of the Federation and things like that my character was going to play a large part in. They had to kind of, do it quickly. So we skipped some steps, but we got there. There was it had a good feeling to it, and very emotional, very much. The last scene with Billingsley and Jolene. It was hard. It was really tough. I don't know, how were your last couple?
We didn't cry at all.
I didn't think so.
Completely, it was weird. I'm telling you,
It was dry.
It was completely, because we had heard the Next Generation cast were bawling. They were all crying on the last day. But,
babies.
Yeah. But with our last day, it was just the final scene of the entire series was just getting back to Earth, right? So that was our thing, and that day, Kate was in a really bad mood. So that set the tone. I'm telling you the truth, she was not happy. So everybody was in a bad mood, basically. And so we're filming the final scene, which you see the Admirals on the view screen. They said, "Welcome home, Captain Janeway." She said, "It's good to be home." So she said, and then you don't even see us step foot on Earth, and that was it. And you have reaction shots of every actor, and every reaction shot, everyone's energy level was so far down because she's like the matriarch of the set. So everyone's like, so close up on Paris. Good to be home. He's like, okay, on Chakotay, good to be home. Same thing. On Tuvok, Tuvok always looks the same. Doesn't matter. He's Vulcan, right? So my whole, as an actor, my preparation was I was going to act as if the bet that I placed on the Super Bowl won. Okay, so I was going to be cheering, and when it came to me, they said, okay, it's your close up. And I said, oh great, everyone's all low energy. So then I made a conscious decision that sometimes in times of extreme joy, people cry, right? So I chose that route. So I actually teared up for that, but the editor said even that was too much. Okay, so that reaction was too much. We moved your reaction of teary eyes to another part of the show. I said, where'd you move it to? Well, the part where the doctor calls up to the bridge and says, Mr. Paris, congratulations, you're the father of a new baby boy, or whatever. They then cut to Kim with teary eyes. You know what? I don't give a poop about your kid. I'm like, all I care about is getting home, right? Youngest kid. So that was our last day. Anyway.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
That makes me very sad.
Yeah, it is kind of sad. Now, in your final episode, there was a lot of Frakes and Marina in that.
That's true. They were there.
How did you honestly feel about that? I mean, I know you like Frakes and Marina as people, but
As people, yes.
right. But,
And so I've been a producer on the show.
would have been all you all day.
No Frakes.
No Frakes.
Marina, yes, Frakes. That guy is like he's a scene stealer. Unabashedly. It was, you know what? It was a funny thing. Many people were more upset about that than I was, particularly.
I was one of the upset people.
Yes, I know. Well, you know, and Frakes came in apologizing. I'm so sorry you were here. Well, then don't take the paycheck, Jonathan. Go home. He said, I would go home, but I'm a producer on this show. He was producing every show at Paramount at the time. He had an overall deal. He was producing and directing every show at Paramount. So, it was interesting. It was interesting.
But you did shed some tears in your last scene that you shot.
Well, yeah. I mean, we were very we were a close group.
Yeah.
And I'm very seldom in a bad mood, so I didn't drop that on anybody. And but we were pretty close. So it was a good. If there's such a thing as a good ending, it was a good day. Everybody was there. It was kind of the end of Star Trek at Paramount in the television sense, and that's the end of a long era. So there were people who kind of came from all over the lot. You know, you can't be there when we shot the last scene, right? And so you're trying to do the scene, and there are 300 people standing around watching. But the show meant a lot to a lot of people, and a lot of employment for a lot of people for a lot of years. And so it wasn't just about us. It was about an end of an era of television that will never be repeated ever again, and will never go away, thanks to all of you and everybody else around the planet.
Did you get to take home any piece of the set?
No.
Oh.
They
just grabbed it and go.
Screwed it up for everybody else.
Oh, because we took all the stuff?
Yeah, you took all the
good
good
stuff. You guys
stuff.
didn't have anything?
They had cameras on us. They were checking our trunks on the way.
Oh my gosh. You're kidding me right now.
I'm not.
You're being serious.
No, I'm being completely serious.
They checked your trunk.
They checked everybody's trunks. They didn't check my trunks. I gotta be honest. But I didn't want anybody else to get in trouble. I said, could I have my uniform? And they were like, no, you can't have your uniform. I said, I gotta buy, I've got uniforms in all various pieces. Right. Could I have one uniform? No, we can't, because we have to account for them, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Jolene's, the famous Jolene costume that showed up in the trailer at Desperate Housewives. Yeah. Anyway.
Right.
She didn't take it there. But it was kind of crazy. And then I'm in London last year, and a guy walks up in the line to sign stuff.
With your uniform?
With my uniform. And I said, that looks a lot like my uniform. He said, it is your uniform. And he opened up the tag on the inside. They'd sewn Enterprise, and my name on it. Yeah. How did you get it? He said, do you want me to get you some? I don't know. And then all of a sudden it wasn't fun anymore. It was like, really?
Yeah.
So,
but it is shocking that you asked for one costume, because for those of you who understand, we literally had 17 or 20 different suits that we had to wear in various states of, some were torn up, some were more perfect condition, but they didn't let us have ours either. They said, no, you can't have the costume. But Kate Mulgrew, she said, really? Okay. She took hers, stuck it in her bag, and left the set with it. So we should have did the same thing in that regard. But I took home pieces of the set, though. You could have done that.
No. They were wrapping ours up. They were keeping it in storage.
Oh.
They were trying to save all the props. I mean, I'm not sure why, but
they sold it at Christie's auction. Yeah, that's what happened.
Auction? Yeah, to the guy that bought my suit.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Well, they went interested in auctioning it to me, I guess. I didn't get anything. I signed plaques. From the bridge plaque somebody got, and I signed that. And, it was okay. I got it all.
There you go. That's true. Next.